All right, I think we're live. Just verify. Here we are. Looks good on YouTube's end. That's all I care about. It has been 4 years, Calvin. Finally time to update. I'm gonna turn down the music. We're listening to the Caves and Cliffs. No. What's the newest update? Tricky Trials soundtrack that we're going to look forward to in 1.21, as well as a couple of the soundtracks from the recent updates, if depending on how long we stick around, because I think it's only about an hour. The balloons still haunt my dreams. Yes, they're still in the programming. I disabled the data pack. The balloons are still here though, Calvin. I never deleted them because I thought, just in case. If we jump to spawn, I might have deleted it. Trello has been doing a thing lately where they're forcing you to have the paid version, which is a little stupid. To have like more than 10 people. I'm not sure. It might still exist though. We'll see. Really, it was? Nice. That was a long time ago. I remember working on that with somebody. I forgot it was you though. I'm gonna be honest. The airplane your friends built. I don't think so. Unless it's in functions, I might. I don't think so. Also, this is still really loud. Okay. That might have been deleted. We do still have... What's down here? This isn't it. Whatever this is. We have that. But more notably... Yeah, this was... like Brickmason's... It was between Brickmason's, like, 2.0 and 1.0. But we still have this. This never got deleted from the map. Which is kind of cool. The old AT-ATs. And I can't remember who built these, but they did a really good job. The lobby is still the same. I think we're going to redo the lobby. Depends on how much time we have. What is this? Oh, it's just window. That's weird. Yeah, ATs, I guess, depending on who you are. I say AT. Yeah, this is 120.6. The 1.20.4 one is done. All the programming's done. We're just doing maps. We're adding stuff now. And this map is so simple. It's been pretty easy. I just ran... Somebody made a auto updater. And a lot of this stuff I didn't even have to fix. Like, these portals still work fine, which was nice. The effects when you stand in the certain maps, they work fine. That's why I like this map so much, is because it's so simple. It like can't break. Just B-roll. And then of course Ash, which was the final map. A lot of people don't like this map, and I don't really care. I think it's funny that people don't like the map. It is kind of a bad map, but with enough people it's not too bad. Also the best part of this map Trying to help out with Spyglass slash... is that Datapack Helper Plus? Is that the Visual Studio stuff? There's going to be a little bit of a delay, but I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the Visual Studio stuff. I get stuff mixed up, so I could be wrong. If so, yes. Okay. I appreciate your effort. The new formatting's not too bad, but it's just tedious to fix all that stuff. So it's been kind of annoying. Yeah, VS Code and Eclipse. Yeah. Nice. Nice work. You could do nothing and I'd still be happy that you're even just caring about it. The whole code base. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Especially with the new format for item in BT. Now, I know what Datapack Helper Plus is, but what's Spyglass? And for those that are going to watch this later, what is Spyglass? So Datapack Helper Plus, I'll explain that while you type in chat. Datapack Helper Plus is basically a way to visualize syntax highlighting? Is that what it's called? Basically makes it look nice when you're programming so that you can basically program faster, I guess is the best way to say that. So it highlights stuff, it gives colors, certain syntax things, and it just makes it really nice to program because it does automatic error checking. Right now it just says everything's broken because of the format change. It's just not been updated yet, which is unfortunate, but... And Calverin's typing a lot, I can tell. I give him plenty of time. There we go. Yeah, I'll have a lot of people help with version 4. Is Spyglass... Yeah, debugging, syntax highlighting, and error checking. So, stuff to make programming and data packs easier. Which is very beneficial for those that do function writing. Spyglass has a bunch of sub-packages and stuff for different things you may need. So does that include stuff like negative space characters and like helper functions? Or is it just in terms of programming? Because I know there's stuff like, beat is one of them. There's a handful of like basically higher level programming for... Probably destroying us on the other side. That's fine. I know there's a bunch of high level data pack stuff that honestly okay, so it is kind of like beat in or whatever. Oh, compiled language or MC function. Basically, they're both higher level ways of writing functions. These functions are actually the worst. They're a whole lot better than they used to be, but they're still pretty lousy. Ultimately a similar goal, but different ways of doing it. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Calvin will explain it better than I can. Oh, is beat not... Okay. For some reason, I thought beat was just a way to write vanilla functions. Is it custom stuff? Okay, I didn't realize that. I only check stuff on the command Discord every once in a while, and so I'm mostly out of the loop with stuff like that. Yeah. You're also still kind of new to the project. Yeah. Oh, maybe you're saying no to the if it has negative space characters. Okay, never mind. Yeah. I just write functions, and if I need something more complex, I just write a simple script. Because chances are, by the time you implement something like beat or something else, the creator is, you know, everybody has lives. They get, especially with Minecraft functions, you just don't want to work on your projects. That's fair. Nobody should require that you do. So. Oh, interesting. So, Spyglass analyzes function files and JSON files and data packs. And so is it for like optimization, or is it for, let me see. This stuff is kind of outside of what I'm used to using, so you have to explain it to me like I'm an idiot. Because I guess I am just an idiot. I'm hoping that's something that is error checking and autocomplete. That's nice. Yeah, nice to have that stuff. I realize that this is the most inefficient way of doing this. Like, I can just fill in. It's kind of satisfying. Like, I don't care. Let me at least do a fill from this region. Yeah, okay, so it detects invalid syntax, or NBT or syntax, as well as suggest NBTU. So that's nice, especially with like new tags. If it's updated pretty rapidly, exploring new tags of new mobs is very nice, without having to go into a generator like MC function or MC stacker. I mean. So you can also define storage values for references in your functions. Okay. That's nice. So it's basically context dependent. If, for example, you use data storage and you want to reference it later, it remembers that you used that. It's like, okay, you use this. Maybe this is what you want. So that's nice. I can see that being very beneficial. That's pretty neat. Currently working on syntax highlighting, very basic error checking for macros. How do you check macros? You have to, like, just from a fundamental how you're doing it perspective, is it? Yeah. That's hard to do. That makes sense, though, just treating it like comments. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh, this looks kind of dumb. Okay, so what we're working on, as we're talking about other map-making stuff, is a new map for Killstreak. Killstreak is a game where it's mostly ranged combat, and your goal is to get a kill streak up to the goal that you set in the settings. And then once you get that, you win the game, of course. There's power-ups that spawn throughout the map, and you spawn just randomly. You can spawn in any valid spot within the map. So the goal of this map here is it's going to be a deep dark, if that wasn't obvious from what's been built so far. And I'm just building a cave system. There's also launch pads and stuff to like make you move around in some maps. But mostly we check line of sight stuff. So I get a bow and just shoot around corners and whatnot, you know. Does this look good? If somebody's standing up there, it makes sense. Okay. Treated like comments. Currently, if a line starts with a $sign, the rest of the line is highlighted orange and errors are ignored. That makes sense because it's like impossible to check. Modified node tree to treat each element in the line starting with a $sign as independent entities. Yeah, I think that's the only way to do it, is do like a tree. I wonder, with the $sign, could you just ignore the rest of the syntax and just assume? I don't think you could do that though, because the $sign can replace anything. Yeah, there's no way to do that easily without going into more depth of what's actually being passed in, right? Because like, if you have a macro that's, and I could be wrong with the format, isn't it like this? Is it with parentheses? I don't know. So you could do scoreboard players set, and then this would be the player name. So this would be a path to whatever the data is. And then your value. Now this is a terrible way, like terrible use case, because you could even make this completely different, but for simplicity's sake. Because you could pass in the player name and the one as well, and then it just like doesn't make any sense, even though it looks valid. Yeah, I can see how that could be pretty difficult. I think ignoring them's the right call. I wonder if there's a way you could subtract. So like with that scoreboard example, subtract what the normal command would be from that. And then what's missing, use that as a pattern. Of like what is expected. That's what you should do. Expected input. That would be helpful, I would think. So, with that example, it would say like, something like that. So the long-term goal might be to let the user define restrictions on macro types, and will pretend that macro is a specific input type and highlight it / error check it as such despite the fact it could be something else. Yeah, that for a short term, I would definitely look into that. Also, am I peaking a bunch? I'm sorry, my microphone looked weird for a second. No, it's fine now. I hope it doesn't sound too bad. Let me know if it sounds terrible. I don't watch all my numbers and stuff like I should always. Okay, audio's fine. That's all I care about. It just peaked 1 second. The 1 second I looked at it. So the way each map looks, we look at Ash, we're going to be having... I like to put the name of the map in like a funny font. You've got to go... Ooh, operating systems final. I hope that goes well. I hope you pass. Thanks for explaining a lot of your fun projects you're working on with us, Calverin, and I'll catch you around. Thanks, Smally, for letting me know the audio's good. Yeah, so get the font of the name of the map. I think we put the name of the map either here or maybe here. And then it'll be pretty good. Yep, see ya, Calvin. Thanks for stopping by, too. Do we delete this chunk? Yeah, let's delete it. I wonder if I still have my G-mask set. I probably do. That's not going to help us here. Yeah, see, it did nothing. There we go. I don't have a name for this one yet. You want to help me name it? So it's Deep Dark themed, of course. What do we name it? Do we have a funny name? A ironic name? Oh, D-Splate. I was like, what's going on? Oh, gold is actually... Oh, maybe not. That's a little goofy, but... Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Fine. We could come up with, we call it, like, warded. Because there's gonna be wardens. Deep Dark. Don't want to just call it Deep Dark. That's kind of lame, isn't it? Okay, what if we do... Let me get rid of this dumb G-mask. What if we do something like this? That again. Like the spiral staircase, one block at a time. Oh. Well, no, let's have this be the sign, because that's the biggest square. We'll even have it wrap around this way a little bit. Racking your brain for puns. Okay. Warded is fun. That'll be the working name. Call it Warded for now. And if you get bored of this, let me know. Then we can swap it up and start a completely unrelated map. That might be fun too. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Then we can even, once we get to here, it's not too bad. Just poke it out a little bit. It's gonna be out quite a bit. It's all this goofy. There we go. I say we spiral it back this way. It's too much. And now it's not enough. That'll be fine. You're skipping your workout for this. I appreciate it. Thank you for not doing your job and being with me today. All right, here we go. Look at that wacky spiral up and down and left and right. Okay. So, the key kind of gimmick of this map is you can spawn wardens. And I have to verify that that's going to be actually the way it works. Shrieker? Yeah. And if we get a... If we look at the stuff over here, it says can summon false. Shrieking false, waterlogged false. We want to set the can summon to be true. See how this changes? That means it can spawn. It can't. It's kind of cool that there's actually a texture for that. If I go into survival, just this would be great. So imagine you're playing bow combat and you accidentally shoot one of these and then you spawn a guy. That's hilarious to me. That's so funny. Okay, this should spawn him. Yep. It's good. Spawn an iron golem just for the memes. Maybe 3. Wow, they get rolled. They shoot me? What's up with that? I'm in creative mode, you can't do anything. Okay, so we can spawn those guys in without worrying. I was just worried about the data pack. Oh, and you'll be able to drop that. Okay, I might have to turn off mob loot or something. That's actually kind of funny. Okay. And so we got to spiral this back up to there. I think if we do it from the back, go along here to this side, it'll work. We'll just do it this way. And I'm okay with it being a little thin because... just because I'm okay with it. Make that a little bit wider. And here's what we can do here is just build a ladder. I think that'll make sense. And so you're going to have a little bit of height here, being able to poke down at the guys that spawn there. But if you get hit with a knockback bow, you'll potentially fall off the map, which you got to have that ability in this game. Otherwise, there's certain classes that get a whole lot less value. We also need water somewhere for the trident guys. And by somewhere, I mean several places. Let me put my G mask back. I want to fix a couple of these weird chunks. Make them look a little bit better. In some ways better, in some ways not so. We can always detail later. Oh, that probably made this over here look pretty goofy. Not too bad, actually. I mean, it does look goofy, but... I just undid what I just did. Yeah, keep that. We'll fill in this corner a little bit more, though. There we go. So what we can do with this gap here, I'd fill in a good chunk of this. Let's do the opposite, below deep slate. You just break this. Let me get rid of my G mask. You just said it as my mask. I think I said it as my mask before. Yeah, just fill this in a little bit. Honestly, do that for the outside anyways. There we go. I like this song a lot. That's in the... Get rid of that. Oh, actually, wait. This is kind of goofy looking. But also kind of cool. Yeah, them big pillars. Now keep in mind, this is going to be a dark map, so we don't have to worry about... I'm going to drink these just so I keep being reminded of that myself. We don't have to worry about up here as much, so... we can make that work. Let me go see. Actually, I'll just give myself a reinforced deep slate. So I'm going to imitate the portal. With this, does this stuff place sideways? No, okay. I didn't think it did. We're gonna make it look like the portal over here. Actually, do I have... I think it's what? 8x8 chunks? So 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Oh wait, it's centered. 2 chunks on both sides. Yeah, okay. This needs to be whatever height it needs to be. Wow, it feels so off-center. Sometimes being off-center is okay. Be almost more of a corner. Yeah, okay, that actually feels so much better, even though it's not even close to being centered. That's funny. We'll do that. Okay, and then sink these down, of course. Will this work? A little bit, yeah. And this we gotta be careful because we want below it to be an actual path, of course. Nice. Yeah, feels way better. The sign spot? I think so. Okay, let's go look at structures we can steal for this map. I like these pillars a lot because you can launch yourself up on top of them. And then the key gimmick of the map, of course, is the spawning the warden, but also you can trigger these lights, so your position is given away. Wow, this game's broken. I like these, but they're so broken, there's no way you can get up to them. And these hallways are good too. What do we want to steal first, though? Stole one of these, and I stole one of these hallways. Let's steal this thing. Spawn a warden. Don't worry about him. Okay, we're gonna copy that. And it's stairs going up this way. So if I rotate it, maybe we put it down here. Oh, I gotta rotate it though. That's the wrong way. So many wardens. Okay, we can delete most of these. So let's say you missed. You missed. Yeah, it does spawn one. Nice. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, that's just fun. Okay, I'm gonna turn off hostile mobs just for now, because that's gonna be kind of annoying. Okay. Let's get the gold. Sink those down. Nice. Okay. This is good. But I want to lower it more. Couple deep slate. Get some of that. Let's go. Go. Nice. Oh, and delete the chest, of course. Gotta take a peek at the loot, of course. Okay. And so what's nice about this spot is you have these defensively. I'm going to say delete that because I want this to be a relatively safe place in terms of this. And to help with the gimmick of the map, I think the sensors should be more towards the higher places. So if you're up high, you try to threaten people to come back down. And that way there's a little bit of motion in the map, and things are always going to go down. Even the warden's going to chase you and also follow you down. Yeah. So this is too dark. I want the map to be much brighter. Let's look if we just throw a couple torches around. Or better yet, just fill up the candles a little bit more. Get some flint and steel. How does this look? So if you're a player, you can hide a little bit more. I want the bottom places to be the darkest so that, again, it gives you more protection. Like through here is just too dark. Maybe this is where we can put some of our sensors. Actually, let's use these. Maybe like every couple. So if you're just walking on this, you're fine. But if you get hit, or if you're not careful, or better yet, if you shoot. Wait, if you hold shift and shoot. I did not know that. So if you hold shift and do anything, you're fine. Oh, and it hit the wall, of course. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The more you know. I thought it worked, basically just walking is what it... Lights are such a cool gimmick. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback, because I don't necessarily know how good they're going to be, but it's worth a shot. I'm going to space them out a little bit randomly. I think it would make sense if we put them down more too. So what's cool is if you're up here and you think you see something, so there's just enough light down there. And keep in mind, not music. What? Might have to buy sodium or coffee. I'm at 50% brightness. So you'll see a little bit more being an average player. But, yeah, if you want to light up an area, look at that. That's kind of cool. give away your position. Or if you're just careless, you lose your position. Not bad. And we're going to have the same thing. It's just gray wool. Okay. Let's make a gray concrete powder. Oh, I hit him. Just for the memes. Oh, wait, no, I shouldn't do that. I can't see, though. What does this look like under here? Yeah, this would have fallen. I'm glad I remembered that. It would have all fallen down. What other gray block can we use? I don't want to use wool because if you're up here, I kind of want you to almost be shifting because this is such a advantaged position. I want it to be kind of high risk, high reward. And if I put the lights up, that's not very helpful. I want to put them below, actually. Shrieker. Put the Shrieker... Are you gonna hit that when you climb the ladder? Oh, easily, if you're not careful. That's funny. Also, this music is kind of a bop. I like this one. Okay. What can we replace this with? Gray. A gray? Now that'd look kind of booty. Let's put some deep slate down here and call it a day. Such an intense music disc. It's definitely got some pig step vibes. Is this Lena Rain? I think it is, isn't it? Also, let me know if the music's too loud. It seems a little loud on my end, but I could just be more sensitive to it because I have it turned up. Okay. Oh, but this will do the same thing. I regret doing that. Let's just make it gray concrete. Okay, it's touch loud. Sorry. I've got it down to like... What's this say? Do I have a number? I don't think this works. No, it does. It's at like maybe 5%. Okay, let me know if it gets loud again. And you can be picky, I don't mind. Just do this. Yeah, that is kind of a loud song. Okay. Put some secrets in here. There we go. And this backside, I don't think I'm gonna bother with it. Gotta continue this on just so it makes sense. Nice. So like this right here is the best place to be. Or even up here. Oh, you can shoot this? Interesting. I think I'm just gonna have a couple linking ones back here. So it could be a little bit scarier. If you're being shot at, you get... maybe not. Maybe it won't relay. Is that not... Okay, that does trigger it. You shoot roughly around there. Which, I mean, if you're good at the game and figure that out, that's fine. But... and then we'll put extra candles up here, too. Get out of my inventory, please. You come up here. You know what? Let's undo these. So it's like mostly Great Wool. You can run for a little bit and then shift. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Because, like, it's fun to play the game, but if you're just holding shift over a carpet, it's not fun. Especially when it's more patchy like that. Yeah, I think that's better. And if you're shooting down. Okay, this needs to be bright here. Not super bright, just bright enough to see movement. Like, it's fine if you have a couple relatively safe spots, like right here. Yeah. Okay, let's continue just normal building. Oh no. I think I just shot that over there. That's kind of funny. Okay. Finish these out. I think we're in the nether music. I love the nether music. Let's get some stairs here, I think. What types of stairs are in this section? Maybe just bricks? Good Lord, I can't, I can't place blocks today. Yeah. And we'll just kind of finish this up, however. It's not, doesn't need to be, doesn't need to be perfect. So, sorry, I was responding to a text, or reading one at least. The player comes up through here, and I think we're gonna need a bunch of these. Just tons of them. There we go. So you get return fired, one lands, and you're lit up for a little bit. I think that'll work. And then of course we have whatever ladder we need here. Which, what's the ladders look like over here? This ladders, not stairs. Oh, let's delete these chests too. Some good loot. Okay. You gotta put a couple pieces of wool here. There. I really like the way this section looks. Especially from... I mean, it just looks like it's a road going off. An actual bridge. I think we can support that a little bit more with... yeah. Just a little bit of that. Like there and there. So it's like it's obviously sitting on a ledge on the mountain. Okay, so you're going to be able to come up here, and I think this is a good spot for something important to add. It's not always a huge part of the map, but is little shelves for power-ups to spawn on. And if you use your mobility power-ups to get there, then you get bonus more power-ups. That adds value to them, of course. So like a ender pearl or a launch potion, which is just levitation is all it is. Both very good. Very good design-wise. Gonna have to delete some of this retaining wall section. Okay, so this corner to here, that's like half the map done. You get the center area. Do we want to tuck something in this corner? Because I like this being a relatively safe spot. Oop. Get my bow back out. So you're returning fire up here. You can light it up. And you have no idea where it's coming from if you're standing here. Like, look how dark I am. Still visible. But... am I just missing? Maybe that's my problem. That was weird. And then, of course, we've got the ones along there. Which you're not going to really see as you're up there, but that's more if you're fighting, like, melee. Yeah, I like this spot section here quite a bit. Like, that's just nice. We do want to put slabs, probably. Feather this out just a little bit. But we'll save that for final. I think we're ready to steal another chunk of the build. Oh yeah, these towers. That's something I wanted. Can I steal this whole section? Maybe I can. Let's see. Go the full height. Maybe not the full height. There we go. Okay, this is roughly center facing outwards. If I rotate it and embed it in this wall over here, that'd be kind of neat. It's too big though. Because if I paste it as is, let me rotate it first. Just paste it. Well, it's not too big actually. Let me copy the middle section. Just this bridge thing. I think we can do something with this. Go ahead and drink our juice. And after I paste this, I think the rest of this is going to be just umming and ahhing, so it won't be as fun. But we can figure out what ideas we could have for the rest of the map. And by map, I mean maps, plural. If you have any ideas now, or thinking about it, I think Smelly is the one here in chat, but I could be wrong. Still. That's kind of cool. I think if I recess it more, it'd be pretty good. Like, end it in that brick over there. Yeah, that's what I want. Look at that. We have a couple sets of ladders. Maybe we can... Maybe we fill these down. You know, for the memes. Oh, and you're on the edge too? Okay, that's actually funny. I should have just used stack. I forgot about that command. That's okay. I'll use it here. How many blocks do you think that is? 15? Maybe 20? Yeah, and we'll tie that in a little bit better. But having some spots up here, or a different angle, especially over there, to fight over there. You have a little bit more protection from this. And you have a little bit more places to fire here. So it's kind of a good range of pros and cons. And if you're standing here, you have less cover, but it's easier to see. I think that'll work. Okay. So this has a lot of tidying up, like I said. It would be an advantage to Trident class, but a more water-centric map would be cool. Yeah? I was thinking of the doubloon buffoons. So one of the map ideas is to copy assets, like some of the builds, from doubloon buffoons. And we can use that inside of its own map. And that way it saves me time with building. But then we can fill it mostly with water on the outside. It'll be kind of like the rings map where you can zip around on the trident, which is kind of fun. That might be a good one for that. Is the balloon buffoons. I like that. That would work. I think we'll add some of these pillars with Skulk. Oh, pig step. Pirates? Yeah, exactly. Have some pirates going on? Yeah. Okay. And then what we can do here, I don't like how that's in line, is actually give you cover. And that's kind of a fun bow battle. Well, maybe not. I thought you'd be able to reach that. Okay, you can. You just have to be a little bit. So if you're healing, you can run behind that for a second, then come back out. That sneaky one. Gotta love it. Nice. You've got that threat kind of the entire path up there. Let's mold this a little bit. This is a wall, that's fine. Yeah, that'll be good. Pig step again, okay. Oh, it's stereo mix. It's this. It's different. I'm gonna skip that. Okay. We need a chunk here. Let's find something. Doesn't really matter what it is. Could we just steal one of these? Steal one of these. And then rotate it. Let's say we put it down here. There we go. We can break this over just a little bit. Kind of build a path that way. Oh. That's kind of spooky. Even without sound. I think it's just outside our range, thankfully. Okay. I'm okay with that. Oop. Okay, we gotta terminate this to where it makes sense. I mean, we don't have to. Yeah, we don't have to. There we go. Okay. Down here can be a little bit skulked out. Yeah, that'll be not too bad. Yeah, the retaining wall here is a little bit goofy. But it'll work. Okay, let's get the lighting back. Ah, people will be walking. There we go. Just remember, everybody's a terraformer, because all you need to be a terraformer is some TNT. And a little bit of patience. Okay. Get some basalt. Actually, just one. I want to be able to be shot off this because I think it's funny. That's gonna be a hard ladder to get off of too. There we go. Perfect. Nice. Okay. Ooh, there's a little bit of a secret back here. I don't mind that too much, actually. I'm gonna leave that. Do the fun replace now. Go next. I don't. Actually, let's just teleport. Okay. What is this called? Black terracotta? What's that called? Skull crate. Ooh, that's a little bit weird. Is that too much? Ah, that's not too bad. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Worst part's this right here. Light bleed. I'll just cover that in black concrete or something. I think it auto kills you if you fall below 0. Yeah. Which is useful for stuff like this. Okay. Okay. I think we can do a little... Ooh, that's so big though. Let's make that smaller. Yeah, that's what we want. We can make just a tiny pillar. Comes up here. The hardest part about using brushes is not telling that you use brushes. I think that goes with a lot of forms of media, actually. It'll beef up this front edge. Oh, I missed. Okay. Does this look beefed up enough? Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. You have any other ideas for maps? We got pirates with lots of water. We could do something just kind of wacky too. Like a level where you're in a giant filing cabinet and it's like infinite paperwork. It doesn't have to be anything remotely sensible. I think this is my favorite Minecraft like vanilla song. This labyrinth thing. Like my Discord. Labyrinthine. Yep. I like this song. Look at that. That's so much better now. I mean, not by much. But it's measurable. I think that'll pass. Psychedelic map with the only power-up in the heart. The power-up is bowls of soup. That sounds like a good time, but I don't know how well I could do that. Giant cat tree. Ooh, actually, I really like that. We could do that. A giant cat tree. And then also something like you can add it to the map like hamster wheel stuff. Like tubes and yeah, the wheel and everything. The hamster to walk around in. That would be kind of fun. I like that idea. That's a good idea. Be kind of fun and goofy too. Just what you want. I mean, come on. You're not here to be fun and goofy. Might as well leave. Pet store? We could just call the map pets and just put whatever we want in there, like a giant aquarium with a snake in it, and or a not really an aquarium if it's a snake, but you know what I mean. Fish tank. That'd be fun. I like that. Have to have some organic builds in it. Oh. I could do other references to maps too, like oh, what's it called? Relics. You do like a deck. Relics, I think, would be kind of hard to do though, and make it still fun, because it's like such a flat thing, and you don't want stuff to be flat in a bow PvP game. That's like height is where anything interesting happens from. You can always reference other games too. Like, I mean, I referenced Sonic, right? I totally forgot about that map. That's a fun map. That's like one of the best maps in the game, too. Okay, that's not bad. Space Aces theme? That would be... That wouldn't be easy, necessarily, but it would be cool. Yeah. I would try that. I would definitely try that. I'm gonna skip this song. This is just 5. Don't need to listen to 5. That's kind of creepy. Yeah, so Space Aces, I could do either the ship or... The ship is kind of bad, though. It's kind of ugly. I could do... some of the maps from it. Stardew map. Stardew Valley. That would be fun. Kind of an S tier game. People would get the references. That would be fun. Smiley, if you want to help me build that one, I'd do that. That'd be fun. Name it like Star Drop or something. Okay, what about shape? Is there anything else? Okay, this is kind of weird. Sure, that's fine. What other shapes are weird? This whole thing over here is kind of just weird. Bring this land bass out. Okay, that's a little too square. Nothing I can do to make that look great. Your map making debut. I think you would have a blast. You could make either like a mini version of the town or some of your favorite parts, or the entire map even. Yeah? Let me know. That'd be kind of fun. That's why I like Killstreak, because it's just like you can just do whatever you want. In terms of map, at least. I want to do more with like kits and whatnot, but part of what makes it like very playable is because of there is very little lag with commands. Like you just give everybody a bow and that's like the game. There's very little running behind it. The only like ticking function per player is the fletching mechanism. And that's just checking, clearing your arrows. So it's like very simple. Okay, we'll have to get rid of, like, just move this, mold this to the wall because you can see up there from here. Let's do that now, maybe. You can't really see it, but if somebody has full bright on, I want it to be... I mean, that's definitely cheating, but... I don't want this to be a super ugly map. Just a mildly ugly one. Gameplay comes first anyways. Okay, can you see anything? Any holes? Right there's a hole. Right there was a hole. Ooh, that's kind of hideous. We'll clean that up. This over here we'll have to do a little bit higher. Because the map wraps around this way. Which is fine. This really doesn't even look that bad. There we go. So Star Drop, the pirate map, and then the pet one. Oh wait, no, this is the fourth one. So that could be our 4 new maps. That was my goal. We don't need to do 4 maps, but as we're keeping to work on this, though, do you have any ideas for game modes? Game modes are something. Any ideas? Because they could be anything. Now, it has to be with the Killstreak theme. The more kills you get, the better things are. But the way point streak is kind of that same way. You get more points per kill if you get a kill streak. Checking my... It's just a add everyone. I gotta love that. Nothing makes you feel important like an add everyone. Let's break this down. Just for the flow of the map, we'll leave that. And if you want to get up here, you can. That's nice. And then, like normally, the general flow of the map, you'll be going this way. No team mode, correct. Yes. So, how would a team mode work? Because I could just port the point streak mode over. And I feel like that would be fine. But there's also no... There's no way for... If you just did the normal kill streak mode, if you just mentally think about it, there's 2 ways you can do it. You could do as a team, get a certain kill streak, or as any player in the team can get the kill streak. And either way, I feel like that's not going to work. Hey, Andiel, how's it going? We're brainstorming Killstreak right now. You know, that game that's been out for like 5 years and nobody cares about it because it's so old. Yeah. So the problem with doing it per player, like if any player in the team does, then if you are the player, then it's like, okay, the whole team gets credit for your victory. And that's whatever, that's fine. Not the best. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I've just been busy and finally getting around to updating some of my stuff. And you know how that goes. We really have never played Killstreak. Man, they used to play it on Minigame Mash like every 2 weeks. Every 2 or 3 weeks. It's one of the few games that can support a bunch of players because it's so stupidly simple. It's just bow combat. I'm surprised you've never played it though. I'm not saying you should. It's an alright map. Like it's fine. But it's definitely an older style. Some games are just better being older. mostly because any more people don't know how to read, so they skip over all the complex being threatened to play it now. If you want. I don't promise it it's being amazing. But you have to play it with a handful of people, which is for a lot of people that's the hardest part is finding friends to play it with. You shouldn't have that problem though. Right now we're doing level design and actually we're theorizing how to do new modes. There's a normal mode kill streak where you win if you get a kill streak, and then point streak where you gain points and you win at a certain amount of points. With and we're thinking about team modes. So with normal team, if it's you need friends, you only have acquaintances. That's kind of sad. I'm sorry. I'll see if I can find some friends for you. uh, we're discussing the problem with team. So if it's any player on the team gets a kill streak, then they're going to have problems because I mean it just feels lame if you protect one player and then they win, right? But then there's a problem where if it's anybody on the team, like as a team collectively, you get a kill streak, and it's a little bit higher because it's easier to get 5 kills all at once. The problem with that is if you have a player that's kind of bad on your team, he's gonna keep resetting it, and then it just feels bad to play. I mean, is it fun with friends and you just make fun of somebody for being bad? Maybe that sounds kind of fun, but I think I might have someone joining me. We'll see if they're able to. Then we can work on it. She might be working on the lobby even. Okay. How viable is a capture the flag style mode, but with bow combat? You can do capture the flag. It would be fun, but it would be more keep away is the only way to play. Because you just have to give it to a random player. These maps just don't work. I'd have to build new maps, and I kind of don't want to do that. Could I do that? Yes. That's fine. But you could do it to where how you play is based on like two random players on each team get the flag, and if they get killed, then another player on that team gets the flag. That could be the way to do kill streak. It's more death streak, if that makes sense. So it's like you have to kill the person with a flag 5 times, and it just randomly is given to a different player with a flag every time. But still, you're starting to get on the point of like maybe it's a little too complicated. I don't know. At least all poked through. That's kind of annoying. So I don't know. I think we could do it somehow. If you did it, again, that falls into the point where if somebody's really bad, then it kind of hurts the whole team. Because I'm thinking of games that would work with like 20 people total, 10 on each team. And I think Point Streak is the only way to do that currently, with similar modes. I could always introduce something like a completely different concept, which would be fine. But it's definitely possible. I'm not going to rule it out yet because I kind of thought of doing something similar. Um, Alternatively, we could do everybody on your team has 5 lives, and then once you're out of lives, you're out of the game, and that's pretty fun too. I was just about to ask her if she wanted to help me with this. She is. I think I might do Death Streak. Team Death Streak. The only problem with that is it kind of puts value on just hiding, and that's not fun, especially on a map like this. That's why Killstreak is fun in the first place. You have to kind of play risky to be good at the game. We have an ancient city. Definitely good idea though. You didn't teleport fast enough. So I don't know. Other multiplayer game modes. What else we got? I knew it. A hide and seek would be fine. Yeah. It's kind of like an every man for himself game mode. You start with a hider. Yeah. Now you're giving me good discussion, good ideas. So don't hold back if you have like something that's just wacky sounding, because if it's wacky, then maybe we can get some ideas from it. Smally, so far your ideas have been very good. So don't hold back. Yeah, hide and seek wouldn't be bad. The way I would want to make it is one player has one player is the seeker, and then every person they get becomes hiders. I don't know. TNT tag is the god of sound. So just tag in general. Yeah. Tag would work. You could do like a freeze tag. I'm trying to find ways to make it so that you... A, power-ups are still useful. B, classes are still useful. And C, it's relatively around the idea of Killstreak, because it's not really Killstreak if it's just a million different games. So I'll have to think about that. But TNT tag, how could we incorporate that into Killstreak? I don't know. Anybody else has ideas, let me know. I'm just brainstorming now. I have no idea. We need something here. Let's find something to put there. This thing? Isn't this what we put over on the other place? It's not a bad idea. The reason I don't want to put it in this map is, like, if we put too much in the same map, it just gets a little complicated. Not that that's a bad thing, but still. You just gotta be careful. Yeah, one in the chamber is hard because some of the classes, like the Trident class, like what do you do with him? He's just gonna be always at a disadvantage because it's harder to aim a Trident. And you can't give him a... So that's kind of hard. Definitely a good game mode in general. Like for the rest of the game. Definitely. So the classes are Archer, which is bow. Crossbowman. I think it's bowman, crossbowman, which is crossbow, obviously. And then Tridentier, which is Trident guy. And then there's a new class, actually, that's coming. So definitely so the kill streaks in this game are completely different. They're not the same as like an actual kill streak, because normal kill streaks in games are, the more you get, the more rewards you get. The way this game is the more you get, the closer you are to winning. That's all you get. That and a little bit of armor. And the armor doesn't do much when most bows either one or two shot you. It just prevents you from being one or two shot. Assuming you're at full health anyways, which a lot of times you're not by the time you get close to it. But I could remove the power-ups, but give power-ups as the kill streak reward. So that's not out of the question. Implement it in the way it's normally implemented in games. For a mode. And then just do a normal, like, first to 50 kills or whatever. That's not a bad idea. We'll have to think about that. Thanks for the ideas, God of Sound. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. I'm going to paste this thing. We dig it in the wall a little bit. Yeah, we can paste it here. And we cannot paste it there. If it was facing that way. We paste it here. Not too bad. That might work. A lucky block game mode. Still definitely trying. Lucky blocks are interesting. They I don't see them as much anymore, but they definitely for Killstreak, man, I don't know how you do that. I'm just thinking. So we can kind of blend this together into this thing. Seems like there's this one. This shulker. We can get rid of these. These are dangerous. Actually. Make sure to get rid of those. Just turn the entire map into whatever they're called. Yeah, I don't know how to do a lucky block game mode. I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about that. Because normally lucky blocks, you mine them, of course. But that's not as much of an option here. I mean, I could write functions to take care of that, but it would really make things kind of messy. And I want to avoid doing that as much as possible. Gotta build this out just a little bit. Move that back. Yeah, so I don't know. We could do a tug of war type of game mode. And that would be Killstreak. Okay, so what does that mean, tug of war game mode? Each team has 50 points. And when you get a kill, your kill streak is added to your points and removed from the enemy team. So if you get, if it's your first kill, let's subtract 1 from the enemy team and you take 1. If it's your second kill, then you gain 2 because it's your kill streak is 2, unless you died. But we'll assume you haven't died. And so the longer you're alive, the more valuable you are to your team. And then that also adds you have to do something to get your points, but you also want to be protected by the rest of your team. I like that. I think we'll do tug of war. And so that keeps the idea of high risk, high reward of kill streak. Like you can sit there on a high kill streak and make things kind of dangerous, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep that one in the back of my head. I think that's the right call. Okay. God of Sounds says occasionally spawn in a boss and announce it when you get some more streaks from when you kill them. So if you're bad at killing players, you try killing a mob. Yeah. Do a mob killing streak. That'd be kind of funny. Oh, I didn't know this existed. What? I don't want it to. Problem solved. It no longer exists. That's not too bad. Yeah, I'm thinking of ways to introduce mobs. I thought even about a class that can do that, but that's really hard to do and give credit to the player for that. As funny as it would be. Or power up. Power up wouldn't be too bad. Especially if it's something that's just annoying. Like a silverfish. No one's going to complain about a silverfish stealing their kill because you just let that happen. That's on you. I think I could fill this in. Okay, maybe I can't. You're definitely brainstorming. I appreciate that, God of Sound. I've got a very specific thing in mind of like what I want, and I know I'm not conveying that very well, and I apologize for kind of shutting down a lot of your ideas because I know that's kind of annoying. But I have a lot of like mental like, oh, I gotta take all of these weird things into account, and that's just my high demands for what I'm trying to do. But with the tug of war game mode, if I put a boss bar at the top, you can just see how close you are to winning, how many points you are, and then I can just, you know, have how far away you are from winning. And I would do maybe 3. Maybe 5 points per player. Maybe more than that. Because you have to worry about... Come on. Stupid. What? You have to worry about players just being... like the game ending immediately. That's no fun. With the tug of war, you kind of get a little bit of a build-up, which is what you want. You want it to be exciting. Shave this back a little bit. Give this all the way over. There we go. Connect those paths. Nothing's floating too much. And I say we just put in a couple towers here and a couple towers here, and then probably something small there. Yeah, I think we're done. Hold point isn't really an option without building new maps, unfortunately. I do love me a good hold point game mode, don't get me wrong. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So it's like a hold point plus a points thing. I like that idea. That'd be good for Space Aces. I had to think about the name of my map for a second. I think it's kind of sad. Not a bad idea though. But you have to have a place to control. Unless it's an item. I could have a mode where you have pick up items. and like that's the control point, or it spawns randomly. I just don't want it to be spawning in a weird spot and then nobody can claim it. And I can't guarantee that's not going to happen with the maps ever. Yeah, but I mean, like these, I would need like a central location for it to make sense. Either that or just be randomly somewhere on the map. If you do Tug of War, you should make it like the Pokemon Stadium from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You'll have to explain that more to me. I'm not too familiar with that, but thanks for joining us, Tony Diamond. It's nice to see you. Hear from you again. Haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, the hold point part isn't hard to do. It's the making sure it's good and not garbage. Because the way the game works now, it just doesn't make sense. Unfortunately. Because these maps are vastly different between each other. I can't just say like spawn at a central location. There is no central location. Heights of these maps without hard coding it in, and I'm kind of trying to stay away from a lot of that because of updating. I want this to be a very lightweight map. I have to update enough of annoying maps to update. Send you me a pic. Okay, thanks, Tony Diamond. It's kind of funny calling you Tony Diamond. Not used to it. We're close, at least. At the very least. Oh, I'm pasting towers. That's what I forgot what I was doing. I'm not pasting them there, though. How does that look? That's not bad. Yeah. That'll work. We'll just have to figure out how to get up there. No, you don't. You don't need to worry about that because you can launch yourself. Yeah. So, the way the programming works, God of Sound, I know. I know it sounds like I'm giving you lame excuses, but here I'll show you. This is a different map, and see how it's completely changed from this one. There's like 10 of these. So I would either have to hard code the good locations, or I could just randomly spawn them. And if you have multiple points, I guess that would work. And then you've got, I mean, these are all completely different. So like this one, that one you have jump boost in. Most of them you don't. Like this is a little bit smaller of a map. So like if I have 3 spawn points and they're all kind of just picked in bad spots, that might be a little bit annoying. Like this map is not good for for that mode. I'm okay if a couple maps are just not good for mode. Like that's fine. This map probably wouldn't be too bad. But I would have to either hard code them all, which is fine, but it's just less fun. I don't know. I might still do that though. I kind of like your idea of points that you can have multiple points. I'll definitely think about it. Because if you just have one and it spawns poorly, then that's no fun. But if it's several points, or maybe there's one active or three active, and every time you capture one, it disappears, and then another one spawns, then that's pretty interesting in terms of gameplay, because then you have to go find it, and you've got multiple people to fight over it and whatnot. Oh, I gotta look at Tony Diamond's picture that he sent me. Sorry, took me a second. So do you want me to like the arena like that, or what? Because the tug of war game mode's not gonna actually be tug of war. It's gonna be basically you're tugging at each other's points is the way it works. You're stealing points from the other team. That is kind of a. I see what you mean though. That arena does look like a perfect tug of war map, so to speak. But it's not going to be its own map. It's going to be a game mode. It's slightly different. Yeah, it might be similar. If I do it that way, it wouldn't be too bad. Set multiple hard-coded configurations of points. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely an option. I would almost consider implementing it into my item spawning, which just spawns an item randomly on the map. And you could almost have it be that was loud. Have a mix between being a capture the point or capture the flag and control point, where there's items, the item in the arena in the background. That would be kind of neat. You pick up an item that's like a capture point pearl or whatever. It doesn't matter what the item is. And the way it works is you get points after you sit and bank on it for a while. Like you have to hold it in your inventory, and then you either multiplies your points or something like that. But if you die before it gets banked, then you lose it. So like that kind of rewards the running around collecting items aspect of the game, as well as the staying alive. And you could even do it, you can only gain points while you have the pearl. So if you get killed with it, then you can no longer gain points. That could be a kind of a twist on a little bit of your idea. I know it's completely different, but or I could just do control points with particles. That's an option. I'm trying to keep things a little bit simple, but I might still do that. I'll think about it. It just depends on how much time I get to work on this. That's pasted the wrong way. If I had $1 for every time I pasted something facing the wrong way, I'd be able to make maps full time. Okay. Honestly, do I like that? Don't do that. Paste it here. Needs to be further over. Yeah, it's better. I don't like these running up right up against that. That's okay. That clutter there, towers. I might paste something small just right there. I don't know if this map is big enough or if it's too small. You don't really know until you play it. Sometimes the map feels huge and then sometimes it doesn't. Which one of these do we want? They're kind of boring, but we could grab one. Oh, I forgot that's not gonna work. Should have TP'd the gem. But I did copy, okay. Thinking very wild now, okay. I hear you're very wild. I'm curious. It's kind of weird. I don't know. At least it's something. I got these all facing the same way. I didn't even mean to do that. They're not lined up though, that's kind of funny. No one will notice. We'll see if... Is there any like open spots? Keep in mind, help me. Keep in mind this is how the map's gonna look most of the time. The reason it's dark is because when you're playing bow combat, those that have joined us later, there's going to be redstone lamps, and as you're fighting each other, your location's going to be kind of given away because of missing or hitting them, and then they take damage and set off the alarms, which is kind of fun. But there's also a shrieker up here, which I think I need to make shrieking. Yeah. You're going to be able to spawn a warden, because I think that's kind of funny. Because imagine you're playing bow combat and one of the people down there shoots up here. Just, you know, accidentally spawns a warden. It happens. Then you have to either run away or do something. Has it spawned yet? I have my sound muted. We won't hear him. No? If a player dies, it drops an item that only their team can pick up. The player who died would have a longer respawn time. The teammate who picked up the item can bring it to a place to make them respawn at that moment. Okay. That could be, would that be part of the capture point mode? Or how, like what, just in general? Because right now, currently, if every player of a team is dead at the same time you win. Oh, okay, so kind of like a freeze tag, in a sense. Yeah, and you have 2 win conditions, which is sometimes kind of nice. Especially point-based games with... It's not a bad idea. That would be a good mode. Yeah, totally different one. Yeah. It sounds kind of similar to freeze tag, except instead of being there, to be able to be unfrozen. I mean, you still can, because you pick up the token or whatever. Or dodgeball, yeah, it's kind of similar. And that way, if you have somebody that's bad on your team and they die, it's like, okay, we just won't revive them necessarily. I'm not against that. That sounds kind of fun. I'd play that. Call it like Freeze Streak or something. It's not bad. Yeah, so we have lights all along here. As you're fighting each other in bow combat, you trigger what's going on. Yeah, we finally found a mode that I actually liked the first time. Instead of having to think about it for 40 minutes and talk about it, which I like talking about game mode decisions, trying to figure out what's wrong with them or what's right with them. That's equally as fun. A lot of times you totally miss what's wrong with them, which is also kind of fun. Actually, both of these are. We'll patch them up. I bet this is going to be. Yeah, so you can figure out where players are. But if they hold shift and are move really slowly, they can hide from that. But the problem with holding shift, they're not going to be getting pick or power ups as much. So it's kind of like a what do you gain versus what do you lose type of situation, which I really like. It adds a lot of value to modes when you can give both good and bad reasons to do things. Yeah. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. I'm hoping it'll be fun. Between that and randomly spawning the warden on people you're attacking, I think it should be kind of fun. And because everybody has a bow, the warden's not going to be unstoppable. They're going to be. Should we waterlog them? That's not a bad idea. I thought about it, but I guess it is annoying if you constantly hear it. You know what I can do? Watch this. Well, I gotta be careful. I was just about to do a. Yeah, most of them are hidden. You're right. Let me do that though. I'll try to hide more of them. Does this count? Yeah, it does count. Okay. That's not right. If I try, actually try a little bit, then I can. There we go. All right. I lost track of time. It's already 2:30. So I'll be. I've got to run to work real quick, but I will be. We will continue this later. Thanks for those that joined, and maybe we'll continue on. All right.